Coming up, we have an update on the progress firefighters are making on the Schroeder fire near Rapid City.
Plus, we take you to Irene, where a community showed its support for a young victim of the pandemic. Good morning and welcome to KELOLAND on the Go. I'm Sophie Heineman.
I'm Travis Fossing. One man is dead after a Thursday morning crash south of Volga. Early Thursday morning, a car was heading south near the intersection of 464th Avenue and 220th Street when the driver failed to take a curve.
The car went off the road and rolled. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. South Dakota's Highway Patrol is investigating the crash.
Crews battling the Schroeder fire near Rapid City are making progress on firefighting efforts. As of Thursday, firefighters have been able to contain 86% of the fire, which has burned 2,200 acres.
The area around the fire is under a red flag warning this morning due to dry fuels, wind, and low humidity. More people who were evacuated on Monday were allowed to return home on Thursday. However, evacuation orders are still in place along Blake Road, Cleghorn Canyon, and Nameless Cave Road. However, West Highway 44 is now open.
Turning to weather now, warm temps will move into KELOLAND for the weekend.
That's right. Let's see how warm it could get with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
Well, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Weather, yes, indeed, looks very warm for Easter weekend. As we look at your temperature forecast today, already into the 70s and close to 80 later today at Chamberlain and Winter. You can see these hourly numbers are quickly jumping as we go through the afternoon. And it looks like for Sioux Falls today, we'll come close to 70 degrees late in the afternoon. A lot of wind, too, south at 20 to 30, but then it looks like that wind will die down tonight. Tomorrow will be very warm again on your Saturday. Highs, many locations in the 70s and lower 80s. That means that fire danger will remain on the high side. Closer look at Easter and next week's rain chance coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Thanks, Brian. A business in Irene, South Dakota hosted a fundraiser Thursday night for a worker with COVID-19 who died last month. Josh Buss was just 29, leaving behind a wife and 2-year-old daughter.
Buss worked as a weekend cook at the Irene Bar and Grill until he called in sick.
He called me a couple days later and said he tested positive for COVID. And so well, I said, I guess I'll see you in a couple weeks. You know, I mean, in all reality, that's the way it is. So, and the next thing I knew, he was gone.
Thursday night's Wings and Fries fundraiser collected donations for funeral and living expenses for the family. If you couldn't make it to the event and want to help the family, there's also a GoFundMe account. We have a link to that on this story at KELOLAND.com. After a local family made their dream of opening a cafe a reality, they had to then face the challenges of a global pandemic. La Luna Cafe is owned and operated by the James family.
They say watching businesses across the country close down has been scary and even more so devastating.
Especially because we know that a lot of other businesses are probably family business or dream businesses like us. So it's really heartbreaking to see other places not being able to live out their dreams or having to close down and lay people off.
Fortunately, La Luna Cafe is still open for business, even after opening just before the pandemic hit. They're now thanking the local community for all the support in helping keep their doors open. The St. Francis House in Sioux Falls might not be around today if it hadn't been for Senator John Thune and his staff. So on Thursday, the organization that helps people down on their luck wanted to say thank you.
They hosted the senator and gave him a tour of the facility built in 2019. Executive Director Julie Becker says the IRS was holding up their construction, so Thune and his staff helped them cut through the red tape.
Many times they don't hear the thank yous for what the work that they do, and I need him to see and his team to take this back to them and say, job well done.
We're all kind of part of a big family and trying to look around us and see what we can do to make the world a better place.
The St. Francis House is home to more than 90 men and women. Besides a zero-tolerance policy, those staying at the St. Francis House are required to have a job and work towards independence.
If you're not ready to head to church to celebrate Easter, there are several opportunities to catch a service on TV or online. KELOLAND Media Group will carry services from several local churches over the next few days. Nearly all the services airing on TV will also be shown on KELOLAND.com. For a full list of the services that will be shown, you can find this story on KELOLAND.com. And that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today, there is our red flag warning in effect. Be careful that fire danger, we just cannot escape that. That's part of our forecast. And even where we don't have a red flag warning, we still have elevated fire danger risks, and that includes Sioux Falls. But again, those highlighted areas, even eastern Nebraska has a red flag warning for the afternoon today. Here is a look at the Futurecast updates. So we're warm going into the weekend. We're going to stay warm into Easter Sunday, possibly near record temperatures here. Some folks out around Chamberlain and Winter might be between 85 and 90 degrees on Easter Sunday. Now, you take that in mind, and then you think about where we should be for April. We're way above normal, and we need some moisture. Obviously, the stories of that are pretty common. So what we see here developing on Monday, we've got a frontal boundary that'll likely start to sink south, or maybe it'll just waffle back and forth here across the region. There could be some lead thunderstorm development into Monday across parts of Iowa. Maybe Missouri or Minnesota, also Missouri with that in the warm sector. And then to the west, this upper level low is going to come across Wyoming, and that one could produce a little better chance of rain for us by Tuesday night into Wednesday. This is key. The components of the track of that low, how that's going to interact with the moisture here. We've got a number of things yet to watch, but I would like you to tune back in because that could be some promising news for some of us as we get into next week. High today, 80 Chamberlain, 81 in Winter, 77 in Rapid City with a gusty north wind there this afternoon with that fire danger there. Tomorrow, temperatures much the same. A lot of 70-degree weather. Sioux Falls at 74, 79 in Mitchell. And how about Easter Sunday? 80 Sioux Falls, 85 Mitchell, 87 Chamberlain. That is just remarkable. But it comes with the fire danger that lasts through Monday, 79 Sioux Falls that day. And then by Tuesday, we start to watch that system, see if we can get some rain showers. Maybe a clap of thunder. We haven't added that yet, but we'll keep an eye on the timing of that and how that all plays out. Aberdeen also may get some rain chance by Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll just kind of inch into that. I don't want to promise too much yet, but if that storm track can come far enough north, it could include easily the Pier area as well. And if the rain chance goes up, we're going to probably end up cutting the high more Tuesday, Wednesday. We've done that for Rapid City. In fact, it may even snow next week again in the Black Hills, and that would be some good moisture to get. Check out details online at KELOLAND.com.